Whoa, Adam. There's an improvement about you. I can't tell you exactly what it is. Like, it's definitely much better than you're looking at your face for the rest ever, pretty much. What'd you do?
Sorry, Tim. I was leaning forward to check out some settings on the screen here. And what were you saying?
Oh, never mind. I was just looking at your forehead.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to a brand new episode of As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I just put food in my mouth.
Of course you did.
I did that on purpose. I'm Tim.
You, sir.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Nice.
we have some news and rumors to go over, and we're actually jumping ahead. We're kind of jumping the gun on some of the predictions that we have to do for next weekend. There's so many predictions next week.
If we didn't do a card today, we would possibly have around 35 matches to go over next week on one show. And I don't feel like spending like 6 hours trying to predict 3 cards.
Yeah, no, let's not do that.
I mean, WrestleMania is going to be easy to predict, but the G1 Supercard, which we have today, and NXT TakeOver, those are going to take a long time.
Well, NXT TakeOver is going to take you a long time.
Yeah, 45 minutes for one match.
Exactly. I don't know how you did almost an hour for 5 matches.
It's called skill.
Yeah.
All right, what's the first on the docket?
All right away. It's 1 week until WrestleMania.
No. Let's be clear. It's 1 week until NXT TakeOver New York.
Well, yeah, okay. WrestleMania weekend.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. The greatest wrestling weekend for New York in a very long time.
Let's be honest. It is pretty much the mecca of wrestling of the year.
Yep.
Because so many shows take place during WrestleMania weekend in the area to capitalize off of WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
And WWE tries to stop that because Vince is an asshole.
Well, I mean, honestly, though, if you're putting on basically a convention for a couple of days and then having actually, they have 3 big shows that happen, and I include the Hall of Fame for this, and a whole bunch of basically a 4-day convention, because Access starts, Thursday?
Like Wednesday.
Okay, 5-day convention that with Raw and SmackDown it stretches into a full week of WWE stuff. I understand Vince being like, hey, I don't want to have other shows trying to outshadow us. While at the same time, having other smaller shows happening in and around the area is a great idea because it's just like, hey, here's other talent.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And that's my point is because here's the reason why Vince is a jerk because of it. Well, I get he wants all the attention on his product, which you should as a business person. But here's the thing, though. WrestleMania is not the casual fans. Yes, you do have casual fans who go. It's the hardcore wrestling fans who come to WrestleMania, who save up their money to buy these tickets that, depending on where you're sitting, can cost thousands of dollars just for the tickets. So, and these hardcore fans don't just want to watch WrestleMania. They want to see the independent scene because they're fans of the independent scene.
They're fans of wrestling.
Yes. So, and while WWE can say that they didn't move NXT from the night before WrestleMania to the Friday because of G1 Supercard, it was part of the reason.
dude, having two big shows happen on the exact same night is not a great idea.
No. And let's be honest, when you bring that, as much as the NXT Takeover show is an awesome
Yes.
card, you will not. It's not going to beat having two top companies card at the Madison Square Garden. People are going to go. The hardcore fans are going to go to that.
It would, and
Wanna go to
honestly,
that.
it would hurt both shows. So,
Yes.
I mean, it's better to go, okay, you know what? We can move NXT. We have that ability.
Yep.
Madison Square Garden, when G1 booked it, they didn't know exactly what WrestleMania weekend was going to look like.
No, but also, but here's the reason. Here's the thing I like about why WWE should go do this, keep this in the future. Having NXT on a Friday night before the pay-per-view works better for WrestleMania specifically because it gives those fans who may not be watching the other shows. This year we happen to have a third show. Normally, there's not a third big show out there that we want to pay attention to. So having that, but having that gap for the Hall of Fame, it allows us fans who want to watch both shows a day off.
Right. It allows for the fans
Do
that
not
are
have to
going
run-
to be like, okay, we're doing NXT, WrestleMania, Raw, and then SmackDown. We're the ones that have spent the money to do all four shows. If you notice, what was it? Not last year. I think it was the year before. There was fan burnout during WrestleMania. Like, people were not fully into it because of NXT being such an amazing show the night before.
And the show was. You're gonna have
Oh, yeah.
WrestleMania burnout this year, guarantee.
I mean,
It's too long.
You're doing a show
I mean-
for like 8 hours. Of course, fans are going to get burned out.
I mean, I love the idea of having an 8-hour show, but yeah, people are gonna get burned out. But Vince just wants to keep going because more matches, more money, more.
I mean,
maybe.
for the streaming service,
Who knows?
it works that way.
Yeah, I mean, but still, at the same time, I'm just like, this idea of having to get every single person you can on the card. No, I'm sorry.
No.
It doesn't work that way. So what they need, if Vince would do this, actually allow talent to, in a sense,
Right.
compete because he loves competition, to go out there and actually get over on their own, and actually earn a spot. That way you can actually, so when you actually eliminate people from a WrestleMania in your card, who everyone wants to be on it, you can actually say, I'm sorry, you did a good job, but you didn't make it because you need to do a little bit more. It will encourage people to actually work to be on the card. Instead of saying, hey, I always have a spot in the
Right.
Battle Royal. So I'm on there. Yes, I want a singles match, but at least I'm going to get a WrestleMania chat.
I have another idea. Why not do a separate afternoon show at a local venue, say wherever Raw is going to be taking place the next night? That's where you have basically the people who, you would have put into a battle royale. You would have put them into these, super multi-man tag team matches on the pre-show. Here they get to actually have their one-on-one matches, maybe their tag team matches, and it's a 3-hour show that takes place at between 1 and 4 in the afternoon, the day of WrestleMania, and the tickets are a little cheaper, but it's a completely separate show that is only meant for the service, the streaming service, the channel.
Yeah, I can see that. Personally, I like the idea of what they're possibly doing with Wrestle Kingdom next year.
See,
Being a 2-day event.
yeah,
If you want to have a long WrestleMania, which I have no problem with WrestleMania being the mecca of wrestling for WWE and having this huge card, but make it 2 days. Because that will give you, because then you can have, if you have multiple world champions like they have right now, one world champion can main event the one card, and one can main event the second card. And if you market it correctly, you can make it sense that they're both main events, and that one main event is better. Than the
yes,
other.
there's the idea of doing two WrestleManias. Well, why not at the same time? Especially since there's kind of a network push that come October, Fox wants their show not to have too much bleed over and connection to Raw, and USA kind of has the same. It's not they're not demanding it, but they're pressuring for it. The same thing. So why not have Saturday be the SmackDown WrestleMania and Sunday be the Raw WrestleMania, or the other way around? That way the Raw guys get a day off before going back on Raw.
Yeah. What are you talking about? But what about the Hall of Fame?
Honestly, you can move the Hall of Fame to Thursday. It's there for the... Really, the Hall of Fame is there for the hardcore WWE fans and the news.
The hardcore
like journalists.
The Hall of Fame is there for the wrestlers themselves who's earned the spot in there. It's there for the fans, but honestly, it's for the fans who are there at WrestleMania. I don't know anyone who actually watches the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, like other than journalists. Really? But then it's kind of their job.
I could be wrong, but yeah, I could be wrong. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I just don't know who actually watches the streams of it. So I mean, there probably are some because they keep doing it, but at the same time, I'm just.
Yeah,
make that something
for the listeners access. Right now. If you are an actual fan of the Hall of Fame ceremony, please go down to the comment section and let us know what it is that you love about that. I mean, you could change my heart from it being like
a fun
little thing on the side to, hey, there's actually something to pay attention to here. Right.
And we're talking about the stream. Obviously, if I was at WrestleMania and the Hall of Fame was taking place, I would go to the Hall of Fame.
Unless there was a really awesome New Japan Ring of Honor show going on at the same time. I might go to see that instead.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because I'm actually going to go see wrestling instead of people talk. As much as I would love to go see a Hall of Fame before I die, I mean, my bad. I mean, move on to a different planet to rule because I'm like
move to a new plane of existence.
Bitches, so. Don't give away all my secrets. It's not that big a deal. That's not like for another 10,000 years anyway. So,
all right. Well,
all right. What's next on the news?
Even though WrestleMania, we've got the women in the main event closing the show for WrestleMania. It does seem that overall the women's division is being forgotten or misused completely at the exact same time.
Let's do two different. Let's split this up a little bit here. Let's start with the actual announcement that the women will close the show, because this is what we wanted. We still have a certain person
Rhonda.
In that match we don't want.
Damn it, Becky.
Yeah. I know. We demand Charlotte versus Ronda. Nothing. Oh, wait.
Yeah, no.
Scratch that.
Don't take
the
it
microphones.
Serious,
they actually think we're serious, and we'll remove Becky. No. But it is a big announcement. It's a big thing. Because it is a step forward for Here's the thing. It's a great thing for us wrestling fans because we get to see The two most over people in
Oh, yeah.
WWE, let's be honest, Ronda and Becky are pretty much the two over. Kofi is getting lately has been getting in the top recently.
Yes.
His actually SmackDown actually went up in ratings this week. So that's a good thing. But those are the two, so they deserve to close the show. And Charlotte
I
just
chuckle
handed
at
everything.
the fact that
Yeah.
the fan perception of Charlotte is that she's handed things, and we know in the background that Charlotte herself has worked her ass off to get to in the position that she's at. No,
Yes, and we're not taking anything away from Charlotte. We're just sick of her being pushed because while the fans say she's being handed everything, and that's like against the storyline going in. But let's be honest, in a way, she has been handed things. But it's not like she's been handed things.
No,
It's not the same way what we felt about Roman Reigns. That she's just being pushed down our throats. No, she's being pushed.
Right.
She's earned her spots. She's earned all the championships she's won. She's earned being at WrestleMania every year.
but
We're just sick and tired of
WWE
having to be
Creative
there.
did a genius job of buying in and accepting this fan image of Charlotte as being just handed everything. So they went, fine, this storyline going into WrestleMania is literally Charlotte being handed everything. And I like that. And I think it's working really well that Charlotte is totally the heel of this match.
Yes, and Ronda is the heel of this match at the same
they
time.
know
but just
that the
not
fans
as
are
much
behind
as-
Ronda. Even though Ronda will
Charlotte.
drop that work shoot interview thing where she bashes on the fans, it's not going to work. We all know it's just not going to work. And we've seen this tried with Brock Lesnar before last year. It didn't really work then.
No. I mean, it works with Ronda better just because Ronda's been there every week. Where Brock wasn't, and they were trying to do the same thing with Brock to people would cheer Roman. Whereas, no, they just knew that Becky was going to get cheered regardless. And it will lead to them over cheering Becky. So over cheering Ronda. So why try to get the fans to cheer for Ronda as well when they know that was going to work? So they
of course.
do it. And yes, she will get some kind of pop, Ronda, but she will get the boos. Becky's going to be over like nuts. But that's the thing. So they all earned this. Again, this match should be a one-on-one match.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest with that. But we get what we get. But here's now the match has gotten a little more convoluted because of Charlotte winning the SmackDown
And now
Women's
we're on to the
Championship
point
this
where it
past.
feels like the rest of the women's
SmackDown.
division is just not being used correctly.
Yes, and here's the thing. According to reports, is that Vince showed
Of
up
course
to
he did.
SmackDown and made this decision. And what was supposed to happen on SmackDown was supposed to be a fatal four-way for the winner to challenge Asuka at WrestleMania, which we now know who's
come
supposed to
on.
win that match
I would have
Mandy
loved to
Rose.
see that match.
to get a rematch.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I would be fine with that having a rematch. Rose needs to get putting her in high-profile matches like this at WrestleMania are good things to her to help her build. Yes, she's still green. Yes, she still has a lot of work.
Yeah.
But doing this now because they clearly want to make her a big player. Doing it helps her, and being in the ring with someone like Asuka helps her. But they decided to change that, put the belt on Charlotte, and to help intensify this match. Not that they decided it was going to be the main event. Also, one more thing. Also, a thing I've heard was the reason why they put the belt on her was because it was a way to justify why Charlotte was in the match, because we haven't had a real reason why she's in the match.
Okay.
But they still haven't really
There's a
justified
reason she's in the
her
match.
in the match.
Vince McMahon put her in the match. That's the only reason you need.
We're talking about actual justification by the fans that
She
actually
was
care,
handed this.
not
Like,
storyline reason.
No matter what, like it was unnecessary for her to win the
I know.
SmackDown title before WrestleMania.
Yes. But again, there's still no real justification why this match has to be a triple threat match outside them really having, and we're talking about behind the scenes stuff right now. We're not talking about storyline. That there's no real reason why she has to be in this make it a triple threat. She has to be in there. Outside, WWE saying, no, Charlotte has to be. Charlotte's the person we want to be one of the faces of this division, which she has earned. But again, if you go back to Charlotte's whole future since she's been in the main roster, she's been in every single women's championship match at WrestleMania.
Even
she
better
can take
is
a
we know
year
that this
off,
is going to be a
or
setup
give her a
for
separate
having
match.
at the end of WrestleMania the 4 horsewomen all with gold on them. Now, I have no problem with that image.
Yep, that's a possible
with
rumor
that being
too.
your final shot. I've got no problem with it. It just, I kind of feel that they could have put the Charlotte Flair Asuka match at WrestleMania instead. But you know, that's just me.
Yeah. See, here's my thing. Because this goes down to what's going to be the match. And there's rumors going around that they're looking at putting some kind of tagline,
Yes.
a misleading tagline
Well, that means that,
of winner takes all.
Whoever
What does that mean
wins
to you,
walks
Adam?
out both the Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion.
Exactly. But no, apparently the rumor going around is they want that kind of tagline, but if Becky pins Ronda, she'll be the Raw Women's Champion, but not the SmackDown Women's Champion. If she pins Charlotte, it's the same thing. She'll be the SmackDown, not the Raw. If Ronda pins Becky, she retains her title, but not the SmackDown, win the SmackDown. If she pins Charlotte or makes Charlotte tap, she doesn't win the SmackDown Women's title. She only retains hers. Same goes for Charlotte.
that is actually
Which is
winner
not
takes
what
one
winner takes all
thing,
means.
but only if convoluted rules.
Winner takes one thing, but only if convoluted rules.
And only
Right.
And Becky is in the best position because she can win a championship regardless. And the reason why they're talking about this is because apparently Vince is hoping that Ronda's going to stick around after WrestleMania instead of taking the time off like she has requested. So if she does, they can keep keep the title on her like they did Brock Lesnar the last few times he's had it. But then Becky can win a separate belt. But no, that's not the thing. We want Becky walking out the champion.
She should be
Now that you
pulling the
have two
Chris
championships
Jericho.
in the match, she should walk out with both of them.
Yes.
Yeah, unify the belts as one. And here's the reason why they should unify them. Is because you have the women's tag division now. You need to make sure you have enough teams to make that feel like an actual division. With two separate single titles, with the amount of women they have on the main roster, you don't have much of a...
Right.
You can't have one or the other the way WWE does their tag division. If it was like New Japan or Ring of Honor, where you could still be in a tag team and still go challenge for single title,
They should do it, but
you'd
whatever.
be fine. But WWE doesn't do that. So, yeah. But here's the thing. Also, here's another reason. So they should unify the belts, one champion, defend it over two brands. Because let's be honest, SmackDown's women division is not that depth. The only person on SmackDown who deserves to be a women's champion is Asuka.
Yep.
So, Naomi is irreverent. They've made her useless. She could be a challenger in the future and be
No.
a big star again at some point. But they have to use her, but they're not going to.
You could use her
Carmella
as the
and
well, as the sneaky heel that early Chris Jericho, who just constantly keeps being put into matches that you're like, how do you keep getting in here?
Early Chris Jericho just constantly keeps being put into
No, she's not. She's
yeah.
no. No, I
but she's
do
a
not
babyface.
accept that.
Then we have
Okay, I'll accept that.
they're using her as a babyface. They're using her as a babyface.
I'll accept that.
But then we have Fire and Desire that are splitting up.
Yep.
Which are better used as a tag team because we need solid tag teams. And that's it. Outside of Asuka and Charlotte and Becky, who technically will. So having one women's champion is better. Now here's the other reason why I think they should use this as the time to unify the championships. Because here's what they can do. Not anytime soon. I say 2 years by the earliest. Probably 5 would be better. You bring in a secondary women's championship belt, not women's champion of a brand. No,
Okay.
a women's secondary title like the U.S. or Intercontinental Championship. This will allow you to flesh out your division. Again, where you can actually use these women who aren't in the women's title picture can't fight over this, or if they're not on that, they have the tag women.
Nice.
You have 3 different titles they can challenge for. But before they can do that, you need to have one main champion. You have to highlight the tag division so you can really focus on that and make those belts prestigious before you doing that. 2 years is a very short amount of time, and there's only one person who could book those that way and do it well, and that's Triple
Yes.
H.
What's this?
Yes.
So I'm going to use that as my transition to some other news on Vince McMahon.
Now, is it his
because this
personal
past week,
stock or
Vince
company
has sold stock in that WWE
Oh.
in the amount of
Personal stock.
Wow. Yeah.
Company stock.
it's his personal stock because he still has tons of stock. But he sold about 3.2 million shares of WWE Classic Class
That's a
A
pretty good
common
move.
stock, priced at 84.887 cents when he sold it.
That is a
This is
big
about-
move.
And this is for $272 million worth.
That is a big move.
Yes, and the reason why he sold this was to help further
Oh, I really, really hope he moves over there
finance
really, really
Alpha
soon.
Entertainment in the XFL.
Oh, I really, really hope he moves over there really, really soon.
No, that's why I'm bringing this up now because he said in a statement he has no plan to sell any more stock, and will be staying on as chairman and CEO for the foreseeable future. So going back to my original statement, 2 years being very soon for a secondary title for the women, it's probably better for the 5 year because you need someone who's going to actually highlight the women for who they are instead of publicity stunts to make the company look like that. Oh, we're progressive. Look, we're fighting for women and all this, and all Vince McMahon cares about is that headline. Women's movement, WWE. He doesn't give a fuck about the actual women's movement, which goes to Evolution. Because I will walk back. Remind me to come back to the whole talent, the rest of the division not being used. But I think this is a good point because apparently Evolution is canceled, and because it's only my voice
just
people can
me, I
hear.
guess.
Yes, I did the air quotes. Air quotes.
For just me, I guess.
Well, air quotes, because you have to do air quotes when you're gonna do it, regardless if people can see you. It's a law. I'm sorry. I don't make it up.
I know.
Actually, I
Sorry
do.
about that.
And I'm just gonna keep talking while you hack up a lung.
I know. Sorry about that.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. I just realized this article on Fox
Dead air.
Business.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, by the way, I thought I read this wrong, but apparently the money was
Huh.
to help launch XFL. No, it's
Or
2020.
something
It's next year.
changed.
They have it in 2021 on Fox Business. Wow, typo.
Oh.
Anyway,
Or something changed.
no, everything I've heard is still 2020. But anyway, the whole
it's
point
not.
is like
It's weird.
there's no Evolution's not on the books for this year currently.
No, it's not.
And that's the excuse they keep saying, like, well, it's not on the books yet because
Well, I mean,
They're
there's
trying to get
also
around the
issue,
negative,
Like you look at Evolution.
PR that they're
Who
getting
was the
for
biggest
not
draw
having
on
it.
that card?
Well, I mean, there's also the issue.
Who is the question mark following WrestleMania?
Who was the biggest draw on that?
Okay, so
Rhonda.
if Ronda's not going to be around at around the time of Evolution
Ronda.
happening again, there's from a business standpoint, I understand them going, there's kind of no point for us to do the show. From a financial standpoint. Now, from a fan standpoint, that was a great show.
Oh, no, I agree. Oh, I understand that.
I mean, Ronda versus not Ronda,
That was a great show.
Yeah,
Becky
because
versus
Triple H
Charlotte
produced
was
it.
beautiful.
But here's the thing, you could.
Ronda versus
Which one?
versus Charlotte was beautiful.
Yeah, but here's the thing, you could still do Evolution and make it a pay-per-view, but do it in a smaller arena so the cost isn't that much.
Right.
That's how you do it. Because if it's you don't have your headliner like Ronda as big as that would there, you can still do an all women's
Yeah.
pay-per-view on a smaller scale.
Sure.
So you still have it. Do a 10,000 seat arena. Do a 8,000 seat arena. To sell those tickets, and then that way you can really push it. But the other reason is because
I don't
WWE is
think
also
that's
trying
happening this
to
year.
really convince Saudi Arabia to allow the women to wrestle there.
I don't think that's happening this year.
Yeah.
No, somewhere in the 10-year deal that they have, absolutely. I absolutely think they can convince them. I don't think it's going to happen this year. And that's the reason why I don't think they announced
Right.
it yet, because Evolution was the response to
Crown Jewel
the
never happened.
negative PR they got for both shows. Crown Jewel, but Crown Jewel was
redacted.
completely something separate. It was more a reaction to, oh, yeah, what was it? Oh, wait, what was that again? When did that not happen?
Redacted.
Name redacted. But it was actually a real response to the greatest pay-per-view, the greatest Royal Rumble. That's what Evolution was, and also as a way to kind of help smooth over
Yeah.
the going back to the name redacted, on top of anything else that was going on at that time. So, but with them trying to convince them so they could have a match in May, because what sounds better? Oh, Evolution 2, another women's. Oh, we already done that. We already had the first ever women's all pay-per-view.
Look,
Oh, WWE convinces Saudi
that's
Arabia
a great,
to allow
great
women
goal
to wrestle.
have, but
That's what Vince wants.
be realistic with it, and that might be near the end of your 10-year contract.
But be realistic with it, and that might be near the end of your 10-year contract.
Yes. See, here's what I think is going to happen.
Oh,
When
of
it comes
course.
back where they cannot convince
And
Saudi
I
Arabia
would
to
like
let the
for
women
it to
wrestle,
become a yearly,
we're quickly going to find
thing.
out that there's going to be an Evolution
and it should
2.
be all of the women.
Or maybe...
I would like for it to become a yearly
Oh, it should.
thing.
Well, here's the thing.
Be all of the
Yeah,
Yeah. Here's the thing. Why not go with that rumor that they were thinking about doing as a secondary one, the Queen of the Ring?
yeah.
But
See,
I don't think
I
they
would
will
like to
because I'm
see
pretty sure they will
Queen of
probably
the
get
Ring
the May
and have it
Young
be
Classic
the
2019 this
entire
year as
women's
well.
roster. and have the Mae Young Classic only be non-roster people.
The entire women's roster,
Yeah.
and have the Mae Young Classic only be non-roster people.
Yeah, but the timing of those tournaments would be on.
Yeah, that's true.
If they assuming they went with October again,
Yeah.
it would be right on top of each other, so it wouldn't make sense.
That's true.
But so I won't be surprised when it doesn't turn out to work in their favor. We'll get a second one, but I would rather have them have the pay-per-view kind of announced.
Mm-hmm.
And still try that, because here's the thing: even if they eventually do get it, and you have already announced your pay-per-view, you can't take it away. You could, but you're going to get massive negative PR, which is why they will never do that. But let's go back really quickly to not using the rest of the women's division really quickly, because we got some interesting tweets on Tuesday from those four women.
What happened?
When they found out their match was canceled.
Yeah. So let me know what happened.
So I can't remember who it was. I think it was Carmella responded with like, put your I can't. Naomi had the most like pissed off response. Like she's like, really? Oh great. Mandy Rose had the best response.
Ooh.
WWE, putting your money on the wrong blonde. Loved that. Great response. Carmella said something. I think it was just like, put your head down, keep pushing, or something like that. Though, then Lana chimed in on it. And said to comment like Naomi's, and Naomi basically said like, "Not tonight."
To be honest,
don't do this. I will
tries
have
really
to
hard
put my
to
fist in your
be
face
in character on
like
Twitter,
hostile.
except for the fact that she just doesn't handle actual interaction with people while trying to stay in character. Like it breaks down real fast.
Doesn't handle actual interaction with people while trying to stay in character. That breaks down real fast.
Yeah, there's a reason why she was kicked off of Total Divas, because she was seen as an unlikable character on the show.
Yeah, she kind of is.
So it's one of those things where it's just like, but yeah, she said something like this thing, something like the lines of like, now you know what it's like for me. It feels like me, or something like that. But,
no.
And Naomi just responded like, not tonight. Like you could tell, like just by the words, it was yeah, don't go there. Not tonight. But it just goes to show that they had a match planned to use their limited women's division on SmackDown, and changed for Charlotte again. And it's just one of those things where they need to really focus on that. And well, this year we're getting what we wanted, a women's main event at WrestleMania. I'm hoping next year when they do only 2 matches or something like that, because we'll still have probably 2 women's championships, or maybe we'll have 3 matches on the card for the women, or probably 2, only 1 title, single title, 1 tag title, or the tag titles won't even be defended, whatever, that people actually start going after WWE for saying that they're the innovator of women's wrestling and really pushing them, but they only get 2 matches while the rest of the men have like 10. That's what I want people to start doing next year. I would say do it this year too, but we do have 2 matches. We'll get the women's battle royal, but we had the main event. So even by saying that trying to do it this year could harm the main event, in a sense, because it was still a big accomplishment, and we don't want to take away from that. But next year, when they don't have the main event, because they probably won't, but and they only have like 2 matches on the main card, people should be calling WWE out on that, and really start hammering like, you say you're the
Right.
you pushed your women. Why do they have only 2 matches? Why are there only really 3 women's storylines going on your TV programs? Really start calling them out for their bullshit and say, if you want us to believe that you are really pushing women and that their division as a revolution, start actually showing it with multiple storylines and multiple matches on every pay-per-view.
That was a good rant.
Especially
Thank you.
WrestleMania.
If you want to go down into the comment section and let Tim know how
All right.
much
I
you
get off my
either
high horse
agree
now.
or
Let's go on to the next
disagree
piece of
with
news.
him, just go right ahead. Scroll on down. Get right in there.
Yes, it's been a while.
Go down into the comment section and let Tim know how much you either
Wait, look.
just go right ahead. Scroll on down.
Oh, please. And if you disagree with me, keep it civil, because if you're not, I will destroy you. Verbally,
Don't make me laugh, man.
textually, and when I rise to power, physically.
All right. Next up.
I will remember that you laughed at that when I rise to power.
Next up.
I'll add
we're
it to-
saying goodbye.
I'll add it to the
to,
2,067
Jim
times
Ross
you've
officially
laughed at me
today,
before.
the 20. Crap. What
Anyway.
time? 29th, Friday the 29th, officially was Jim Ross's last day with the WWE. He'd been there for 26 years, both behind the scenes and in front of the camera, on and off.
Yes.
Been there for 26 years.
On and off. Yep.
AEW.
on and
yes,
off.
there we go. I,
And tomorrow
we all
night,
know what's
tomorrow we'll
happening.
have news. Jim Ross signs with Ring of Honor. No. Yeah.
There you go. We all know it's happening.
Assuming we're assuming it
I
will
would
because
like
they're-
to see
they,
him
we
on
do know they're in
commentary.
talks. It will probably happen. In what capacity we don't know. I'm assuming he'll definitely be like the voice. Oh yeah, but I'm assuming. But there's been rumors of him being involved in behind the scenes as well. So it will be determined
Right.
there. But I have no doubt at some point there will be some kind of terms met, and Jim Ross will be part of AEW. But until we have that official,
Yeah, really.
Thank you, Jim Ross, for being the voice of the WWE
remember,
for
if you're going to go back
generation,
and do
two
and check
generations
out what,
actually. Really,
the work
in a
he did
sense.
during the Attitude Era, remember,
So
it is the Attitude Era, and there are times that they may say things that would be a massive faux pas today. It's 20 years ago. At the same time, his skill at calling a match and adding in
Yes.
both the emotion, the surprise, all of that. Right now, honestly, I kind of feel that what's his name on NXT is
Yep.
the only one that fills that position.
All of that. Right now, honestly, I kind of feel that, what's his name?
Oh, why am I drawing a blank? The gentleman that's constantly yelling "Mamma Mia."
oh yes, I know who you're talking about. What's his name?
He's the one that JBL bullied so hard the guy quit for a moment, and we were like, "Fuck JBL."
Yes, NXT commentary team.
JBL bullied so hard the guy quit. We were like, fuck.
Mario
There's
Renero.
but there's also
Ronaldo.
a natural
Yes.
ability.
He
the
comes from a
talent of
sports
commentator
background
to
in
be
commentary.
able to
He's
call
done boxing.
and both
So he knows how to
be
do that.
excited for the event happening without taking a side.
Commentator to be able to call and both be excited for the event happening
Yes.
without taking a stop.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, and he's very good at doing that. And I think, honestly, I think it does come from his background in calling
Joe Rogan?
boxing matches, because you have to do that. Just go watch a UFC fight and just see how much what's his name?
He's much like
I
he
cannot think of
also
his
has
name.
that ability.
Joe
where
Rogan.
he's
When it gets
excited
to
about
the
the
gets
event,
intense, he's
and
going
he's excited
nuts.
about calling it,
Oh.
and it's just he's everything that's happening in front of him. He's so happy to be watching that, and you hear it.
Oh yeah.
Excited about calling it.
Not just
I mean, I don't blame him.
Everything that's happening
he does pretty good work.
So happy to be watching that.
And he's also because he's stoned out of his mind.
I mean, I don't blame him.
No, but
Pretty good work.
But not even that. But not even that. Like that excitement being there. But no, I mean like in those moments of intensity of where a fight could almost end, regardless if it does
Yeah.
or not. You don't see
Yeah,
him,
no.
but the way he talks is like he's jumped up out of his seat and he's screaming. You could be 5 rows back and you're gonna hear him. There was times like when I was at the
Yeah,
NXT
you were
show
on
here
the
at
other
Full Sail
side.
for the tapings, I could kind of hear a little bit of
Yeah.
that intense moments from across the arena.
You were on the other side.
Barely, like I couldn't make him out,
Right.
but I could hear the voice. Like that's how intense like Renaro gets in his calling, which is great. That's how you
Mm-hmm.
should be. So hopefully at
Yes.
some point, I really don't want him to leave NXT in any way, shape, or form for a very long time. But I would love to see him come up to the main roster at some point again, and do it
Right,
because he
right.
does it so well. But I don't think he ever will because I think he doesn't have Vince McMahon in his ear where he can actually do what he does
Next up, I have
at NXT.
another person
So-
leaving. What's this?
for that. But there you go.
Oh,
But yeah.
Next up, I have
Oh,
another person leaving.
one quick. We gotta throw congratulations
Yes.
out there first because I forgot about this earlier. Congratulations to Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart for being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year.
Yes.
right.
So yes, definitely gotta do that because the rumor was that they were gonna be going in, but Jimmy Hart was gonna be a part of it as well, but he's not.
Right.
So, but yes, congratulations on that. Bret, you definitely deserves
Right.
to be in the Hall of Fame twice as part of the Hart Foundation
Yeah.
as a tag team. And I would love to see at some point them do the Hart Foundation as a faction. When they can put Owen in there as well as the British Bulldog in there, because that would be great. But overall, yes, congratulations. You definitely deserve it. Jim definitely deserved this as well. It kind of sucks that
Yeah.
he passed away this summer where he couldn't be there. But it does
It's actually-
show
this
that
is-
he
we're
was worthy
stepping
of
way
being in that
outside the
match,
world
in
of
that Hall
wrestling
of
right
Fame.
now.
All right, so,
Linda McMahon
someone leaving?
is stepping down from her her Secretary of Small Business
Outside the world of wrestling.
position,
Oh, okay.
cabinet position.
Linda McMahon is stepping down from her.
No, but it's the head of small business and something.
Yes. I don't think she's a secretary.
No, but it's the head of.
Yeah.
It was one of the first times that I saw
Yeah,
a political
yeah, definitely
post on
she-
a wrestling
you
page
just-
that
you
I
found that
followed.
when we
I was
actually
like,
were talking about
wait,
the show
wait
earlier,
a second,
and I was
what?
like, and I was like, whoa.
First times that I saw a political post.
Oh no, this was I quickly saw it on Twitter, and it was a wrestling page sharing.
I've seen
like,
political posts like that all the time.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
say
I don't
a
like listening.
CNN or a Fox article, and I was like, wait, what? That's weird.
I'm just gonna say a CNN or a Fox.
Okay, thank you.
And I was like, wait, what? That's weird.
Okay, so small business administrator is her official title.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so, but yeah, she's stepping down, which is surprising, because she and Vince are great friends with Donald Trump. So, but the quick thing I saw on Fox News, because that's the first link I saw that actually had her title on the link, and I quickly went to it, is that she said in her statement, I'll just read it to you right here. While it has truly been an honor of a lifetime to serve our country in this administration, it is time for me to step down and return to the private sector. I wish to thank the president, and I will continue to be a strong advocate of him and his policies. So, but yeah, that's a little surprising.
Yeah.
There's no real reason given that I know of. Also, it was just announced of why she's stepping down. Ironic. This is going to be I can't say this without saying it, but
she was
going in there, but
also her
she
the
was
department that
one
she
of the
was
only
head of
people in his candidate that
wasn't doing
ever
anything weird.
accused of
Like she just kind
corruption.
of kept her head down and did her job. So it was like, okay, cool.
So the department that she was the head of wasn't doing anything weird.
Yeah.
She just kind of kept her head down and did her job. So it was
Yeah.
like, okay, cool.
And
She-
actually, and funny, the ironic thing is, I remember saying this when she actually
Unlike
got
other
appointed to this
picks
position.
for
I
other
think it was on this
departments,
podcast as well.
This was one
like,
that
she was
had the
deserving
qualifications
of
for
this
it, and it actually
position.
made some sense.
She, unlike other picks for other departments,
Yes.
this was one that she had the qualifications for it, and it actually made some sense.
Yeah. I definitely want to try to stay away from political stuff here because there were some very controversial picks for many of Trump's candidate positions.
Yeah,
many
Linda
I disagree
Linda
with,
had a
specifically
very
no more than
level-headed
the education
regarding,
department. That's a bunch of I'm going
what
to
it
say
was
there.
that her position
But
was going
she
to be.
actually
And it
faked
really, it's not any different than really what she's already been doing.
Level-headed regarding what it was that her position was going to be.
Yep.
And it's not any different than really what she's already been doing.
Yeah. So it's sad to see that she's actually stepping down because you have knowing that you have someone who has the qualifications and can do it is big when you when there's many opinions out there that say almost everyone in the cabinet of Trump do not have the qualifications to do their job.
All right. Oh, I have.
That's as much as I'm going to say
rumored,
about that without
someone
turning this
rumored
into a
to have
political
left
talk.
the WWE.
Next, what's the next on the news?
That's right. Dustin Reynolds has left the WWE, better known as Goldust. No, actually, he hasn't. It's a terrible rumor that spread like wildfire.
Has left the WWE. Better known as Goldust.
Yeah, a couple of hours ago, Reynolds, Goldust, if you will, tweeted out specifically.
Interesting.
He was like, "I don't know where anybody's getting any information from, but I am under contract with WWE."
Goldust, if you will. Tweeted out specifically. He was like, I don't know where anybody's getting any information.
Yeah.
But I am under contract with WWE.
I actually heard this news
what did
reported
they do?
on Wrestle Talk today, but here's the thing: Wrestle Talk took it to a different level. They said that while his contract is expired, he's waiting his 90 days to lapse before which if this was true, of course he's going to come back out and tell people no, he's still under contract because he can't do anything. And the also possible reason why he could be defending saying this as well is because
Really?
Cody Rhodes' opponent for Double or Nothing is still a question mark. And and according to Wrestle Talk, Goldust's 90 days would elapse early May. And why wouldn't you want to have a big announcement over brother versus brother matchup?
Yeah.
Or even have him show up at the pay-per-view without being announced and being a surprise.
Yeah.
So while the rumor, it is for right now, like we're saying, it is a rumor. There are many reasons why they could Goldust or Dustin Reynolds could be saying I don't know what
Right.
you're talking about, but we've seen wrestlers do this before because what they're going to be doing next is a surprise. They don't want it to ruin it, or they can't legally talk about it yet, or whatever. So it will be interesting to see what happens, but
Most
time
likely.
will tell.
I'm trying to
And
find
watch
his
on Raw.
tweet
We'll
about
see
it.
that Goldust show up on like SmackDown in the background. to prove that he's still with WWE or something like that.
Oh yeah, this was 23 hours ago. I am still under contract with WWE, and everything that is being said online is just talk.
What's
and
the next
complete
thing on the
bullshit.
news
This
docket?
is exactly why I hate smart marks.
This was 23 hours ago. I'm still in the contract.
I'm like, all right, fair enough.
Said online is just talk and complete bullshit. This is exactly why
Something that both you and I have to watch by the end of next week. The Kenny Omega documentary came out 2 days
So what's
ago,
next on the
and
docket?
somehow I missed that.
something that both you and I have to watch by the end of next week. The Kenny Omega
I will destroy you with the fire of 1,000 suns.
Who's this Kenny Omega guy again?
I will destroy you.
Yeah.
Yes.
1,000 suns.
Yes, it did come out. It's called The Omega Man, a wrestling love story. Is the title. And it's on TSN or something like that. Sports is where apparently, I don't know.
Yes.
I couldn't really find a place to watch it, but it has come out. So hopefully in the next few, hopefully within the next week,
I mean, it
we can
was
find
filmed
it and
last
watch it.
year.
So, because I definitely do want to see it, because Kenny Omega's had,
Filmed last year.
yeah, and it's gonna be an interesting to look at his career and see, how he thought of it, his career.
Yeah,
Because you actually
and-
get to see actually in these documentaries actually a reflection to a point on what's going on behind the curtain a little bit.
Yeah, that would be totally cool.
So, definitely
unless
check
it's
that out
like
if you
a
can
pirate
find it. And
link,
if you
and
do
then
find it,
I'm truly
please
sorry.
post a link to
Please
it
don't post
in the
that.
comment section so we can look at it too.
Just keep it to yourself.
It'd be totally cool. Unless it's like a pirate.
Yeah.
I'm truly sorry.
I mean, we could go ahead and do
Yeah,
those
don't.
predictions now.
Keep it to yourself.
No, that's it.
All right, what's next on the docket?
Yeah.
I mean, we
Predictions.
Is there anything else on the docket?
no, that's it.
Okay, let's do the predictions. Let's do the predictions.
No,
that's gonna
that's not
that's
gonna
gonna
happen.
send me
It's not gonna happen.
skyrocketing.
All right,
lead
ladies and
ahead
gentlemen,
of
let's
you,
go
where
ahead and
even
get into
WrestleMania
these
and NXT
predictions
won't
for
be able
the
to help you recover.
Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling combined show G1 Supercard.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into
It's April 6th at Madison Square Garden.
Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling combined show G1 Supercard.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's April 6th at Madison Square Garden.
Okay, so the first match I see on the list from Wikipedia is Will Ospreay defending the Never Openweight Championship against Jeff Cobb.
Wait a second.
Who will
This
be
is a
defending his
winner-take-all
Ring of
match
Honor
where the winner
television
actually takes
championship.
all?
Title for title, winner takes both belts. Adam.
Wait a second. This is a winner take all match where the winner actually takes
I
Yes.
have.
Winner takes all match.
Hold on, let
Both
me go ahead and
belt-
think about the
no,
possibilities.
Neverweight
I
and Ring
need
of
to
Honor
weigh
World
things
Championships.
out. This may take me
Who do you
10 to
have?
15 minutes. Actually, you know what? I already have it. It's Will Ospreay.
Hold on, let me go ahead and think about the possibilities. I need to weigh things.
Yes, I am.
This may take me 10 to 15 minutes. Actually, you know what? I already have it. It's Will Ospreay.
You're going with Will Ospreay. Okay.
Yes, I am.
This is, I honestly think, is going to be Jeff Cobb's big challenge. His first real challenger in Ring of Honor was at their last pay-per-view, the 17th anniversary show. But
Oh, yeah.
Will Ospreay is beyond the level of the second-tier title of a Ring of Honor title. Let's just be honest. If he was in Ring of Honor, he would be a world champion contender, which he has.
No, because
So-
I feel that New Japan's like, yeah,
I
we're
will have
not
to
gonna
agree
be
with you. I'm
putting
going
the
with Will Ospreay on
never
this.
open
I
weight
could see them do
championship on
Jeff
you.
Cobb, but I
Just
don't
not,
think they
not
will.
right now.
No, because I feel that New Japan's like, yeah, we're not going to be putting the never openweight championship on you.
Not yet.
Not right now.
He
Not yet.
floats.
But I mean, it will be
Gravity
definitely
forgot
an
him.
interesting match because Cobb is a powerhouse and Will Ospreay, well, he is
I
flippy
know,
shit.
but
Floats.
Neville spent more time on the mat
It's
than
to
Ospreay
quote,
does.
That is Neville, not Will Ospreay.
Osprey is.
Yeah, no one cares about the flippy shit. Really? Because
to quote
Osprey
Jim
has
Cornette,
championship belts.
Will Ospreay does
Someone
that flippy
likes
shit that no one cares about.
Yeah, no one cares about the flippy.
Yeah.
Really? Because Osprey has championship belts.
And very, very sought
Rush.
after man in pro wrestling. So, all right. So the next match up on here is Roosh versus Dalton Castle. Singles match. Roosh is still undefeated
man.
in Ring of Honor.
I really want to go with Dalton Castle because I want to
Who do you have?
ruin Rush's undefeated streak. While at the same time, I don't feel that this is the show to do it at, especially as being like kind of the second match on the card official.
At the same time, don't feel that this is the show to do it at.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as being like kind of the second match.
Okay.
Card official.
Yes. Also, Dalton Castle has had not that good of a run since returning from injury and dropping the World Heavyweight Championship. So, this could be one of those things where, okay, you have, instead of like the last matchup that Roosh had was undefeated versus undefeated. And then we have an undefeated versus a losing streak. So, a win streak versus a losing streak. Who do they want to do? Personally, Dalton Castle's a former world champion.
Maybe.
But it also depends on where Roosh they see challenging for. If they're gonna push him in the world title division, then he can win. If they're not gonna put him in, have him doing that soon, he should lose. I'm gonna go with Roosh. Because I think they're going to continue this losing streak with Dalton Castle to push him into a heel. Because he was kind of talking heelish when he was on commentary, but he hadn't really gone
Next
there
up,
yet.
we
I
have
think this is going to be where he's going to kind of
Iwatani.
make that
What?
switch over to being a heel.
Oh, I already said Rush.
Next up, we have
You didn't put you. Who are you picking?
No, I closed that out by saying, I'm going to take Rush.
Okay. You didn't really officially say
totally
you were
did.
picking them. You said you were thinking Dalton, but Roosh, you're not sure. You never actually said you were picking Roosh.
close that out by saying, I'm going to take Rush.
No, you didn't.
Singles match for
I
the
would've
Women
remembered it.
of Honor
Anyway.
World Championship. It's Mayu
So we have
Iwatani
next
versus
is,
Kelly
I'm
Klein.
going to have you do this one because I will butcher her name.
Singles match for the Women of Honor World Championship. It's Mayu Iwatani versus Kelly Klein.
It's the rematch because Kelly Klein got lost to Atani, and just couldn't believe it, even though she was dominating her. I have a feeling they're gonna put the belt back on Kelly Klein. But I just don't think they should. I think Wani has a better. She has better representation. I mean, she's a star over in Japan in Stardom, and she's awesome. Like what you saw,
Nice.
she's good. She's tall as fuck. I didn't think she was gonna be this tall, and her moonsault is amazing
Iwatani, it is. All right.
as a finisher.
Um,
I'm gonna say title champion
Just
retains.
because I
I'm
really
gonna
need to
take a
get
risk
some
here.
picks back, I am choosing Kelly Klein. At the same time, though, I do have a reason behind that. Because she was dominating the last match, I think
Yeah, you
going
do.
into this, she will just step it up
Choosing Kelly Klein.
and be like, yeah, you know what? Last time I pulled the foot off the gas pedal at the end, and I tried to take it a little easy, and I lost. This time, I'm going to keep that pedal all the way down to the floor. I'm going to add, I'm going to have a dude sitting up on the hood, blowing nitrous into the engine at the exact same time. We are going to be Mad Max Fury roading this all the way through the match.
Up on the hood, blowing nitrous into the engine at the exact same time. We are going to be Mad Max you're eroding this all the way through.
But see, the thing is, though, the reason why she lost was because, well, she was focused the whole time when she couldn't put Otani away. She lost focus and lost
I
control
don't expect
of her.
it to be a great match. I expect it to be one of those matches
that
that you're
kind of
like,
match where she just
you know,
floors it again, it won't be a good
like
match.
watching a
It's
Brock
not what you
Lesnar
want.
match, where you're just like, yeah, I know what's gonna happen,
I expect it to be one of those
but
matches,
I'm here for the ride.
like watching a Brock Lesnar match.
No,
It's like, I know what's gonna happen.
no, it can't do that. They can't do that. Even if they are going to put the belt back on Kelly Klein, they need this match. This match has to be a different type of match than it was the last time, because I mean she can toss Milani around a lot in the match, but Milani has to have more offense in this match, regardless if she retains or drops the belt. Specifically, she's going to lose the belt. She definitely has to get more offense on it. But if we have another match
Vince
similar to the one
Russo
they
swerve
had,
on this
I'm
one.
gonna be bored. I
They
won't pay
actually
attention to
do
it. I
the
won't
exact same match from
This is a big
the
show. It needs
AJ
to be a
versus
better,
Nakamura
a good match.
Backlash match.
Vince Russo swerve on this one. They actually do the exact same match from AJ versus Nakamura. Backlash.
It's the exact beat for beat match.
Wow.
You know what? I am super glad that To Be Announced has a spot on this card. First
Next
of all,
matchup is
To Be
Blue
Announced
Ray
is
versus
a
To Be
great
Announced.
up and
So we're
coming
not gonna cover it.
wrestler. I don't know why anyone's not following this kid, but he's blowing everyone away right
Yes.
To Be Announced is a great up and coming wrestler. I don't know why anyone's not following this kid, but he is blowing everyone away right now.
Yes.
It's Tommy Dreamer.
We'll probably it's gonna be one of those where it's a New York Street
now. Music
fight.
hits. It's
They
Al
won't reveal this
Snow.
until
It's for the hardcore. It's for the
card,
WWE
the
Hardcore
show.
Championship. Vince
Probably.
Russo swerve on
I wouldn't be
this one
surprised.
though. Crash Holly comes out of nowhere, gets the roll up pin right at the end, and walks out the champion.
Swerve on this one though. Crash Holly comes out of nowhere.
No. Vince Russo swerve on the Vince Russo swerve.
Also, Crash is no longer
Owen
is
Hart
selling
comes
his,
out of
his
retirement.
death anymore.
Calling it now.
No. Vince Russo swerve on the Vince Russo swerve.
Oh, and for some strange reason, Buff Bagwell's mother's on a pole. We don't know why, but something had to
Wow.
be put on a pole.
Wow.
Oh, and some strange reason Buff Bagwell's mother's
Nope, she's on a pole this time.
but something had to be put on the
She's been duct taped to it though.
Don't you mean a forklift?
You have to cut her down, and then you can use her as a
Okay.
weapon.
Wow. Okay, moving on. Moving on.
I know.
Moving on. Match 6.
All right.
You were just-
Personally, I'm
You were
taking
trying
Bully
to
Ray
keep
in
a
this
straight
match.
face
though.
the entire time, and you're just like you're just gonna do it.
I mean, you could take to be announced.
I'm gonna take Bully Ray because I don't know who the other person is. So here's
Okay.
what I say we should just recommend. All right.
Okay.
If they do end up announcing this before the show, we have the right to change
All
our
right, next
prediction.
next up, ladies and gentlemen,
But if it's
next
not announced
match,
until
we've
the
got
show,
a
we'll just
triple
stick with
threat
Bully Ray,
match
regardless of who it is.
for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship.
All right.
It's Taiji Ishimori versus Dragon Lee versus Bandito. Bandito's going into this after a loss.
Junior Heavyweight Championship. It's Taiji Ishimori versus Dragon Lee versus Bandito. Bandito's going into this after the loss.
Yes, and this is for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight
I'm
Championship.
saying the same thing.
This is interesting. I'm gonna say champion retains.
I'm saying the same thing.
I think that we're gonna have we'll have a few title changes on this show. I don't think this is gonna be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna say title champion retains. Though I wouldn't mind seeing Bandito recapture the belt, because he is working with Ring of Honor. He probably has that crossover with New Japan, so they could use him if in the division. So, but I think the championship's gonna retain. The champion's gonna
Right.
retain. They made such a big deal about when he came in at Bone Soldier, to revealing who he was, all that last year around this time,
Yeah.
and then him capturing
yeah, he needs to
the
hang
junior
on to
heavyweight
it for a while.
championship. He needs a good
All
long
right.
run with that belt.
Let's see. We got that. I am also taking Taiji Ishimori for this. For me, for the simple fact that I try not to go against the Bullet Club. I do not want to get the ire of Tamatonga against me, or Bad Luck Fale. Either one. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I do not want to get the ire of Tamatonga against me. Or Bad Luck Fale. Either one. I don't want that.
Yes.
All right. So the next matchup is for the winner takes all. Now
run down
a
the
fatal
participants?
four-way for the IWGP Tag Team and the World Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships.
All right. We have the Gorillas of Destiny, Tamatonga and
Yes,
Tonga
because you will be able
Loaf.
to pronounce the
They are the
Japanese
current
team name that I will
IWGP
butcher.
heavy, tag team champion, heavyweight tag team champions. They are taking on Villain Enterprises. It's PCO and Brody King, who are the
Yes.
current Ring of Honor tag team champions.
Yes.
Versus Los Ignobles de Japón, Evil and Sonata. Versus the Briscoe brothers, Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe. I like everyone that's involved.
Yep.
Versus the Briscoe brothers, Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe.
See,
I like everyone that's involved.
I do. I like this being a fatal four-way. Like we were saying, the Briscoes should be in this match for the titles, defending their titles. I'm glad they put it in there.
Yep.
I kind of would have wished that they had a separate tag team match, another one, not on the card instead of having just one. Now actually looking at this, I'm actually surprised because New Japan has the division.
I am surprised by
Ring
that
of
as
Honor
well.
has a division, but there's not a single six-man tag team match.
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a great
Otherwise,
match.
they'd be doing
Villain
double duty that
Enterprises
night.
are the current six-man tag team champions for Ring of Honor, so you can't have that matchup. But it would have been,
Otherwise, they'd be doing double duty that night.
yes, which ironically, and if they weren't the champions, Matt Taven would be doing double duty that night. But it would have been great to see the never open weight six-man tag team championships defended in a winner take all versus the Ring of Honor six-man tag team championships. As
It
well.
is.
That would've been
There's a
kinda cool.
lot of talent
But
in here.
it
Like,
is what it is.
Villain Enterprises is the least known
this is a
talent
tough one.
in here for me, and
Adam, you go first.
but the fact that they're already holding the belts. I mean, also the fact that it's a fatal four-way and there's a 25% chance of
Yeah.
any team winning this. But when you add in Scott Steiner math into this, you then get a 33 and a 2/3 chance to lose while having just the mind of Scott Steiner going on. And putting in Tamatonga in there, he has a 115% chance of laying smackdown on Twitter on somebody. I have no idea what I was saying. That was a terrible, terrible rant.
He has a 115% chance of laying SmackDown on somebody.
and then you have then you have the PCO logic of a 77.2000% chance of someone bleeding from him hitting him with something hard. And that's just based on the last match. That's just based on the match they had at
I
the
am going to put
anniversary
that
show.
down for you. You have the V and the E.
I'm gonna go with Villain Enterprises.
Okay. I'm going to put that there for you.
I think they're gonna go with this. I think they want to
No.
kind of just do this. I think it'd be a great way to just shower them in gold at the moment. I mean, it doesn't have to last for very long, the run, but like They're already the six-man tag team champions. They're the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion. Adding the New Japan Tag Team Championship there, IWGP Tag Team Championship, is great. And if Marty Scurll wins the Ring of Honor World Championship, they literally are going to be crowned in
personally,
gold.
Once again, as I just said,
which would be a great
ago,
pushing point.
I cannot go against the Bullet Club because I do not want to draw the ire of Tamatonga right now. Just ask what culture. I don't want to be part of that. Yeah. So
Especially
I am actually
especially since he's
Gorilla
in
Destiny.
this match.
They're also an amazing, great.
Especially since
tag
he's
team.
in this match.
Oh, this is going to be a hard-hitting match.
Okay.
They're also an amazing, great tag team.
Yes, this should be a very good matchup, I think.
This is going to be a hard-hitting match.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so the next matchup we have is a singles match, and it's for the British Heavyweight Championship. Zack Sabre Jr. will defend his championship against the Ace,
Yeah, that is
Hiroshi
gorgeous hair.
Tanahashi. The man with the most gorgeous
can I
hair
go
in
first?
wrestling.
Okay. Well, I am choosing Zack Sabre Jr. because I'm sorry, Hiroshi Tanahashi, even though he's the ace, has already
Yes.
disqualified himself from being able to carry it since he is not British. I'm sorry, that's just how it works. Much like I don't know why anyone recognizes any European champion in the WWE that wasn't from Europe.
That's just how it works. Much like I don't know why anyone recognizes any European champion in the WWE that wasn't from
Okay.
Europe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Zack Sabre Jr. here too. He just won it back at Wrestle Kingdom. I don't think they're gonna have him drop the belt now, but it will be a good matchup. Hopefully, this will be a better matchup than what we had when he won the belt. Zack Sabre Jr. won the belt.
Oh, okay.
Because Tanahashi he moves better than the guy who.
Good.
Zack
I'm
Sabre
looking
Jr.
forward
beat.
to it.
So hopefully, I'm assuming because he's the ace, it should be a really good matchup. All right, so the next matchup, so the shared
up.
main event.
Hold
I don't know
up.
if they're advertising it this way, but
You're
am.
skipping a match
Has
right
Jay
now.
Lethal defending his Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship versus Marty Scurll and Matt Taven.
Skipping a match right now.
Oh yeah, never mind. I'm missing I jumped the gun. Sorry, scratch that. We have
Yeah.
Tetsuya Naito defending his IWGP Intercontinental Championship against
See, I would
Kota
love for
Ibushi.
Ibushi to get this and have this under his, put it over his shoulder and be a shining light. At the same time,
Yeah,
it's Naito. This man has gone to war with everyone.
At the same time, it's Naito.
yeah.
You want to see a intercontinental champion
I'm
who
gonna go
is
with Kota
the
Ibushi.
shining light for the division.
Want to see a intercontinental champion who is the shining light for the division.
No, I think he deserves it. I mean, they're clearly grooming him to be world champion at some point.
Okay.
But what better way to do it by having him earn all the heavyweight division championships before doing it? So at some point, him being the U.S. champion should be in there. Also, this will free up Tetsuya Naito to jump into the main event to challenge Jay White for the
Okay.
World Heavyweight Championship.
I like your idea.
Not that he could
I am
win it, but
taking
having
Naito
him have that
retaining.
match, having that would be a great match.
And
So,
yeah, that's really just it.
and
Just gonna take Naito retaining.
Okay.
I do agree that Naito should be at some point in the future moved over into the main event, the championship, the heavyweight championship.
Should be at some point in the future moved over into main event, the championship,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
heavyweight championship.
I would love to see that Naito end up with the world
Right.
title at some point in the next 2 years. I just don't think the time is right now for him to do it.
Oh yeah.
So with Kenny Omega not in Ring of Honor in New Japan anymore, it definitely makes it easier to put him in there and eventually put the belt on him. But this is not the time to do it. Jay White needs the long reign, and then I think Kota Ibushi should be the one who takes the belt
Thank
off
you.
him. But we'll get there. All right, now we're at the co-main event for the Ring of Honor World Champion.
How
Jay
do you
White defending his
teach
title against
falling
Marty
20
Squirrel
feet off a ladder?
and Matt Taven in a three-way ladder match.
How do you teach falling 20 feet off a ladder?
Simple. Climb a ladder, have someone push you off it, and see what happens. That's how you learn. What you learn is quickly this. What I'm gonna paraphrase Edge and Christian from here. You don't know how you're to fall because you don't know which way the ladder is
Exactly.
gonna go.
Tim, who are you
So
choosing?
you got to be prepared to fall in any way.
Exactly.
I am as well.
Tim, who are you choosing?
I think I've already made this one clear. I'm going with the Squirrel Meister, the villain.
I am as well.
Like I said, I want to see Villain Enterprise draped in gold, especially when he goes and challenges.
Yes, thank you. I was like,
cannot think of his
oh
name.
God, why am I not remembering
the
this?
current NWA champion, Nick Aldis.
Yes, thank you. I was like, oh my God, why am I not remembering?
It just popped in my head.
Yes.
I want to, and that way we can have a Ring of Honor World Champion versus NWA World Championship match.
I
I think
really
it'd be
do
great.
like the idea of Marty
And if he won that one,
Without
it'd be, again,
the
it'd be just
elite,
more gold for Marty
somehow
just
has,
to tote around
like,
in.
has an amazing year under his belt,
Without the elite,
and like just keeps getting gold after gold and keeps just winning and doing all this great stuff.
Yeah.
To have his contract end
just keeps getting gold.
and have him go to AEW, and Cody's just like, "Oh hey Marty, what's up?"
To have his contract
Marty's like, "I won all this
And he
stuff."
just
And he's
forfeit
like,
it all?
Dude, I don't know what you thought happened over this year, but I've been doing important things here. Like, they completely and utterly dismiss Marty winning everything.
happened over this year, but I've been doing important things. They completely and utterly dismiss Marty winning everything.
Cody
that'd be
turns around,
really
he's
funny.
like,
He's
"Oh
like-
my God, he's
And
alive!"
Marty comes in and is like, why didn't you guys tell me about this? You were starting a company.
Cody turns around and he's like, oh my God, he's alive.
He's like, where'd you been? Running the
Yes,
world, being
exactly.
draped in gold? Yeah, I think I would have heard about that if that happened. And just walks away.
Right? Yep.
Exactly.
All right. So the main event that we called weeks ago for the
Would you like me to do
IWGP Heavyweight Championship,
Kazuchika
Jay White
Okada.
defends his title against.
I'm getting a
Adam,
little
you
bit better
pronounce his
with
first name?
my Japanese
Yes.
pronunciations. I still don't
we
understand
go.
Japanese.
I'm getting a little bit better with my Japanese pronunciation.
I've tried.
And
I
it's all
just
about
can't. It's just like
Pronunciation
it's too
and
many
where
vowels
to
and
know
non-vowels
how-
next to
it's
each
like,
other.
okay, I read it this and then this,
It's all about pronunciation and
like Asuka. Realizing that
I read it this.
like the U is nearly silent.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Asuka.
Azkua?
Yeah.
Nearly silent.
Yeah. Azkua?
I am actually choosing Jay White on this one.
Azkua. Oh, Asuka, my bad. So, Adam, who are you going to pick?
I'm actually choosing Jay White on this one.
Yes, I will be doing the same because, again,
He'll
like
be-
I've already just said not that long ago, he needs a good long reign. While this would be a good, nice little capsulation of Okada triumphing over Jay White
Right.
over their feud in the summer, where Jay White turned on and they had some matches. It's just not the time for Jay White to drop the belt. He just won it a month ago, or a little over 2 months ago. By the time this card will happen, he needs a longer reign than that. If you're going to drop the belt to anyone,
Dominion will be the
no later than,
big test to
no
see
sooner
whether or
than
not the
Dominion.
company
He should drop it.
feels that he deserves a longer run. Not necessarily deserves, but he should have a longer run and be, one of those echelon of champions. Or if that's where they're going to cut it off and allow someone else to take the championship for a while.
Echelon of champions.
Yes.
Or if that's where they're going to cut it off and allow someone else to take the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think that would be too soon. If you're going to drop the belt, he should drop it in September. At the
Yes.
in my opinion, personally, I think it would be great if he went all the way to Wrestle Kingdom and dropped it to Kota Ibushi. In the main event. That's me. But we'll see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard 1/3 of our predictions for WrestleMania weekend. Next week we will go over NXT
You get a
TakeOver New
little
York and
long-winded,
WrestleMania
okay?
card itself. Prepared for a 20-hour show. But let us know down in the comments section what you think of our predictions. Who do you think will win each match? Who do you think Bully Ray's opponent will be in the street fight? And
No idea right now.
who do you think is going to win the Honor Rumble? Because I searched. I don't know anyone who's actually in the Honor Rumble at the moment. So we can't even predict that
Right, Tim
one.
calls it now.
So
Flip Gordon.
Flip Gordon will win it. See,
Tim calls it now. Flip Gordon.
see, I know who's gonna be Bully Ray's opponent in this New York street fight, because the key word was Bully Ray's last word.
CM
He
Punk
said in the
confirmed.
challenge, "I'll see you in New York."
You heard it here
Punk.
first, ladies and gentlemen.
CM
Half-Life
Punk,
3 confirmed.
Ring of Honor return confirmed.
I don't see it
That'd be
happening,
awesome. That would be awesome if it did. If he came out.
though. All right.
Cult of Personality blares, and everyone's like, "Yeah!" That would be awesome. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you today. Adam, your face is still ugly. You need to adjust your camera so I can just look at your forehead.
Hey.
Closer. Right? Nope. I can still see your. There we go. I can see your receding hairline now too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on your way down to leave a comment in the section below. Be sure to go ahead and
An hour and a half.
give us a thumbs up. You were listening to us for somewhat of a long time. Hold on, let's find out. For an hour and 27 minutes, you
Thank
clearly like listening to me. So give us a thumbs up because of me. And I guess you could give a thumbs up for Adam too. I don't know why you would. On your way, since you're right there, and you have to
ding.
go a little bit further down, be sure to hit that subscribe button.
Get bent.
Ring that bell
Wait, no.
so to join the notification squad. And what's the tagline?
Okay.
Get bent. And get bent. I like it. I think we should keep it.
I mean, welcome to the club. And
I know that's
as
your
as
tagline
New
for
Englanders,
something
we like
else,
to
but
bust
I like
balls.
it.
So join that notification
Hey, Adam?
squad and get bent. Okay. Bye.